Yeah, I don't believe Canadians have jail. Like, they hardly have any crime. They leave their doors unlocked.
Yeah,
Well,
when you're more worried about the moose than you are about like your neighbors, like that's
for good reason too.
yeah.
They're the most
Yeah.
aggressive animal up there.
Dude,
Yeah.
moose are ridiculous, and they're like unfathomably large. Like you think you know how big a moose is, and then you see one in real life, and it's just like
Yeah, I was hiking up.
We've been
in the
talking
Grand
about this a
Tetons
lot
few years
recently.
back. Yeah, I was hiking a few years back up in the Grand Tetons and got to be about 10 feet away from a female moose. Scariest experience of my life.
yeah, dude. I would have crapped my pants. Like my brother lives out in Maine, and I went to visit him, and we saw a moose, and that was the first and last time I want to see a moose.
And you think they're slow because they're like, yo, that's a giant animal. Oh no, they close quick. It's like a cornerback on a wide receiver. It closes quick. That gap is boom. You're like, shit.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, like it's ridiculous. It's just a ridiculous animal.
I want to thank everybody for tuning in already, and we'll be right back after this.
Yes.
Wait.
Welcome, everybody, to the Three Geeks Podcast. We are minus Dan because since we lost at Remake Revolution, thanks to Dan's judging, he is no longer one of the three geeks.
Yeah, fuck Dan.
Ooh.
Don and Justin are now the third geek, and Dan is gone.
I'm glad to join to hear the moose conversation. That was great.
We're happy to have our loss.
I feel like I've been misled because you said it was the Three Geeks podcast, but I thought this was Moose Talk, and I actually might have to go
Moose
if that's
Talk,
not
man.
the podcast that we're on.
Yeah.
I mean,
Medical at one. Yeah.
If you listen to any of the Three Geeks podcasts, you know that it's basically moose talk all the time. So you won't be. You shouldn't feel too uncomfortable.
We're just a bunch of Minnesotans transplanted to Ohio.
You moose tier list.
But all right, we're back. It's Sunday.
Everybody for tuning in. We upgraded. The third geek is now a combination of John and Justin. So enjoy.
It's a hybrid. We're going to fuse them genetically.
These geeks aren't good at math. Let's get that out of the way.
We accept the fact we lost, but we're still bitter losers and got rid of the judge.
Yeah, that's it.
Can't lose it. There's no judge.
Right?
True.
And good on Dan for being impartial. I like that he chose the high road and did the right thing, but that also gets you kicked off the podcast.
Yeah, we don't take the high road.
There are consequences.
No, first off, I want to thank everybody involved with Remake Madness. Great teams, 7 teams, fantastic all around. Some nobodies did exactly as good as I expected, and
that is awesome.
And Ryan did fantastic.
Yeah,
and I want to entertain this on one of them, maybe as a 3-way match where they each compete against each other or as a team. We'll figure it out down the road because we're getting ready to enter our singles tournament, our singles side of the division. And I think that's going to be
So tell me more about this remake thing because I knew you guys were talking about D&D, but I was lost otherwise.
John, go ahead.
What'd you say?
Remake Revolution is someone picks a movie that you want to have remade, and basically you're a producer, and you have to sell the judge on a pitch, on your cast, on your writer director, and your marketing, and then if there's a tiebreaker that needs, then you have to go soundtrack, or who'd have doing the score or the soundtrack.
Oh, we would kill this. We could absolutely go one-on-one here.
This is right up Alex's alley.
So it's a lot of fun, but basically everyone that you pick has to say yes and has to do your vision of this. So there's no like, okay, well he's a weirdo. Yes, I understand, but he's going to make my movie. Like that's or she.
Yeah. I could see how the Some Nobodies crew would tear this game to shreds. It's like the whole vibe.
They would.
This remake madness like re-established the game. Like there was a game that we used to play Remake Revolution back in the day, and this new game is like we weren't even ready for it. Yeah, like the levels went up, and
there were trailers and everything.
There's production value. There's all. It was insanity. I wasn't ready. I admit that I wasn't ready. Like I'm ashamed to admit it, but I mean, like back in the day, that would have like that would have worked. You know, it's like, oh, okay, I would just have this thing and yada. We say the names and we're done. And they're like, no, you didn't make a music video. What are you crazy?
Max, just out of curiosity, who's dropping the belts off to Ryan and Victor?
We haven't established a
handoff.
A handoff, but I guess we can just go up to Comic Town and drop them off.
Yeah.
Sure.
But also, this is the only one that's finished because I thought I was going to win Remake Madness, and now I'm less motivated to finish the other belt. I've got all the materials. I just don't want to do it.
That looks so much better than the original belt with the cardboard.
Yes, no offense to the original belt makers. Like the original belt, the idea was solid, but I did feel like since I lost my original belt, I had to take it up a notch.
Thank you, because that is much better. You are a better belt maker than I am.
I had some help. Check out, big ups to Yoko at Scruffnecks. Check out Scruffnecks on Facebook. She can do all that stuff for you. Vinyl stickers and all good fun stuffs. But it's a noted improvement. But again, I'm not trying to shit on you guys' belts. Like that was a really good idea, and it was really fun. It was really fun when you brought it up.
I'm going to introduce our guest in just 1 second. I just want to throw this up real quick for Justin.
It's been a second.
Quit it! I say one wrong thing in one show. Now Justin's
like.
Fan.
Hey,
he's
join the club.
Up in my basement right now.
I'm
nothing wrong with John
Stamos' biggest fanboy rather than
the handsome man.
Yeah, he is. That's what I'm saying. I said he's a very handsome dude.
He could be my uncle any day.
Same.
John makes him read lines from Full House.
Listen, you'll get breakfast when I hear episode 3.
Whatever happened to predictability?
You're gonna get copyright infringement from your beautiful voice.
Oh my goodness! No, it's okay. It's okay. Justin's already got John Stamos to sign off that we're allowed to do all this.
Yeah, but not anybody else in that show. So
Shout out to John Stamos.
It's hard to get the Olsen twins, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Who wants to kidnap them and keep them in
Witch.
the basement? That's no fun.
Yeah.
That's creepy too. Anyway, I want to introduce Entertaina. They are a podcast that is also on the Scene Snaps channel every Friday night at 6:45. And Alex, Nick, and Michael, tell us about your podcast.
Hey, how's it going? We're Entertain This. We're a thought-provoking podcast encapsulating all things entertainment. And when we say all things, we try to live up to that standard by not only covering movie, TV show, and the average podcast of people talking about movies and TV shows, but we go into like artists from like eras long gone by. We've talked about Franz Kafka's Metamorphosis. We've talked about Waiting for Godot, but we've also talked about like the first ever issue that Spider-Man appeared in, Amazing Fantasy 15. We've talked about a bunch of different stuff and tried to actually encapsulate all things entertainment, anything that's ever brought the humankind entertainment. So that's where we're at.
How long is the moose section of the show?
In our most previous one, it lasted about 10 minutes. So there was one in our last episode. I'm not going to lie to you. That's probably what brought it up.
That's a good amount of moose talk.
Yeah.
We were talking about Monster Hunters. So that came up because they're like real life monsters. They're freaking huge.
They are.
This is my TED talk on moose.
How many like experience points do you think a moose is worth? if you
Michael, you're our expert. What do you think?
It's not really an experience point game. Definitely get some good materials from it, though.
Oh yeah, you can build a boat out of those antlers.
Oh, for sure. Here you go.
Yeah, Max and I rarely talk about a podcast, but after we did the fundraiser, we were talking about you guys. Max was like, I really like those guys. I'm like, me too. We got to get them on our show. So
Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
we're open to talking to anybody. We love everybody from the network, especially in our little chats that we have off screen. Speaking of our chats, I want to issue a formal apology to Jason, who I ghosted on every social media when he was trying to get me to upload our show so that he could play it. I came back to like,
we totally understand.
I fell asleep, and when I woke up, I had like 15 messages on every social media, like, "Hey, come on, get on! I can't play your episode." So I had to jump on and allow him access. Yeah, definitely got in there right under the wire, though.
Nah, it's like if I could ghost Jason, I would.
No, you wouldn't.
He might not.
Jason, I would never ghost you.
I know. Well, Max has known me for 32 years, and he really has yet to ghost me. So.
Yeah, it's like not an option, unfortunately. I'm just kidding. I'll save all that hatred for Dan.
I do want to share this real quick. This is one of the highlights from Remake Revolution, kind of show, entertain this, what it's about. This is from the Citizen Kane remake. Jarrod made a nice trailer, which Jarrod is joining us in the second hour. Here it is.
We wait, we pray for the rain.
Boy, if any of you sell marijuana, please visit me during office hours. That's fine. You're not gonna kill me, are you?
Do you have any idea how stupid you sound? I mean, what a fuck up. You lost my husband?
We try.
This requires us to unlock the most fundamental secrets of the universe.
To believe, we can't believe in anything. Just a matter of time, I suppose. I don't wanna say goodbye.
But you see, like the problem is that requires more talent than I have.
Right?
That's not true. Just your effort
bullshit.
level. It's
Bullshit.
not talent.
Fuck you.
It's effort level.
Whatever. I can't do that. I cannot do that. There's no way. Like
Max can barely hit record on a podcast.
Like I'm barely capable of doing anything, and that's just not fair. It's not fair.
Yeah, it did
So I'm
take Max
guessing
30
that-
minutes to figure out a Zoom call. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm guessing that Max is the one who edits your guys' podcast.
Thank God, no.
I can't tell you, Alex, how many times the podcast has ended with Max saying this. Shit, I forgot to hit record.
That only happened twice.
We have a number of guest episodes that's happened on, and it hurts. It hurts so bad because you're like, that was so good. It felt so natural. And then you're like, oh, now we have to do it all again? Great.
We usually say it's in the vault. If we lose an episode, we're just like, it's in the vault. It's fine.
It never feels as good the second time around. You're just like, oh, okay, well, let's rehash the thing and act like we never did it. And it's not the same.
Yeah.
All right, so
I recently.
I'm going to let you guys choose. Do you guys want to go down the geeky route? Or do you guys want to go to one of John's weird internet stories?
Oh,
Wait a minute. Why am I in possession of the weird internet stories?
John, really, John?
Have you met John?
John,
Really?
do you have weird internet stories?
I actually have a couple. Yes, because you asked me to have them.
That's so
Who's
funny.
ready to
He
go?
set
Why
up
not give
for
him
the
the
pitch.
mic?
Yeah.
this show is like whiplash. Like, I can't keep up.
Let's have some internet stories. Let's
Yes.
with that good shit.
All right,
Let's have some John's weird internet stories from John.
Especially from
I feel like we need an opening, like a newscast. Welcome.
I thought that one was coming.
Network.
I really did think it was.
Is that Ric
There
Flair?
it is.
Yeah. It took me forever to just get his head Right. I had 2 pictures to work with.
Woo!
That's great.
Woo!
We are
There'll
like
be no
that.
Ric Flair stories in my cavalcade of goofiness over here.
Well, then what's the point?
Yeah, why are we
No,
here?
I'm sorry. He's behaving himself, so
If you might be able to say it if there's a moose involved.
maybe. Let's talk about everybody's favorite actor who portrayed Jesus, Jim Caviezel. Well, I stumbled across this.
You're not wrong.
What are our other options?
Oh, there's other
Obi-Wan
options.
Kenobi, the guy
No, go
from
ahead,
Jesus
John.
Christ Superstar.
So I'm fascinated by, and I believe this is completely a joke. I feel like at this point now in our society, people are just going to go, hey, I'm going to come up with a weird conspiracy theory. I'm going to put it out on the internet. Let's see how many fucking people bite.
But John,
Because
we're
this is
also
so weird.
We're also
Huh?
in this weird phase where people actually believe this stuff. I mean, we do have flat earthers floating around.
I know. So,
Around what? It's flat. Flat. No, I'm kidding. Go on.
They're not floating
Jim-
around anything. They're floating
That's-
across. That's how
the
flat
podcast.
across
There
is.
you go. There we go.
That's the 2:30 podcast, guys. That's the flat earth. We'll get back to
That's our bad.
it.
I also
Jim
do have
was-
a list of people who've played Jesus, by the way.
Nice, nice.
All right. So I'm just wondering if I like any of them better than Jim Caviezel.
From the list that I'm looking at, no. No, he's the
Okay.
best.
All right, cool.
We-
Yeah, that's all
We
right.
should stick with the first one. Edit all this out.
William Dafoe played Jesus.
Here's a list called hot actors who've played Jesus. Number
Ooh.
1, Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh,
Joaquin
I do
Phoenix
like
played
Joaquin
Jesus?
Phoenix a lot.
yeah. This is
I like
thumbs
him better than Jim Caviezel for sure.
up. Oh yeah.
Okay. All right.
Sorry about that.
So we're here now.
I'm still wrapping my mind around hot actors who played Jesus. Anyway,
Christian Bale is number 6. So just know that there are 4 people between Joaquin Phoenix and Christian Bale, and you'll never know who.
Now I want to know.
yeah.
That's terrible.
All right,
Oh,
hold on.
the
Let's finish. Yeah, let's finish John's weird
Okay.
story.
So Jim Caviezel was speaking this past weekend at the Health Freedom Summit in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Any
Health
guesses
freedom?
as to what Health Freedom
Okay.
All right.
Summit? Anybody want to
Okay.
guess what the topics were?
I'm
Anti-vax.
guessing it's not Medicare for all.
Anti-vax, anti-mask summit. That's what it, because it's a summit in the middle of a freaking pandemic. I don't know what cursing is like on this show.
Let's have a
Oh,
look.
yeah.
Yeah.
Our trailer just
I've
had the
already
F word in
cussed
it, man. You're
Oh,
golden.
cool, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I would assume that.
Yes. Here's his new theory. Jim Caviezel has thrown out this new conspiracy theory. And that theory is simply
Hi, Simo.
that there is a group of elites who want nothing more than to kidnap children to harvest their adrenal glands and turn that wonderful hormones into like a youth serum.
I mean,
Okay.
hasn't that been done in like movies and
Yeah,
stuff?
I was
I
gonna
feel
say
like this is a very
That was
Yeah,
my
it's
idea.
not a new theory.
Damn it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Guys,
Like-
bath salt is a hell of a drug. Like people will believe what they will when on bath salts, you
Go
know?
in
Yeah.
your bath, not your brain.
It wasn't there a Transylvanian woman that used to like bathe in blood just to like read like an old like Dracula story? Like it was a real lady,
Vlad-
right?
Vlad the
Like she
Impaler
was like
lady,
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, but she was real. But yeah,
Mrs. Impaler.
yeah. His cousin
Fantasy.
Denise Impaler.
I want to go back to Alex. I want to name these 4 other hot Jesus actors. So we have
Okay.
we have who do we have
So
at
at number
top?
1,
Joaquin.
Actually-
One.
do you want to do top 5 hottest
Yeah,
Jesuses?
let's go top 5.
Okay.
Okay. We'll do top
Yeah,
5.
good
So we already know number 6 is Christian Bale, so he didn't make the top 5.
Mhm.
So
He's a good-looking Jesus.
so our boy Jim did make number 5.
Okay.
Yep.
So we knew that. Number 4 is Rodrigo Santoro. He's playing a pretty hot Jesus, as you guys may see.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Nice and sweaty hair in the face.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is fine, right? This isn't. It's Sunday, but like we're good, right? I think we're good.
Yeah, no, we're
This
yeah.
is, we're doing this.
Bless
We're
you,
doing
Alex.
this
Keep going.
because,
Bless you.
because it's Sunday. This is
Yeah.
for those people who are missing
Easter-
church.
Oh, yeah.
Easter happened at some point
And
recently.
I'm
didn't it?
sure Jesus is fine with this, Alex, because we're being very complimentary. You had very attractive
He's a
men play
handsome
you
man.
in film.
You're
Yes.
right. You're absolutely right.
Sorry.
Okay, so number 3 is John Legend, who did play
that's it.
him in Jesus Christ Superstar. So Nick, you were right.
Black Jesus. That's
Hell yeah.
controversial.
Well, some people would argue Jesus was never white.
That's what I'm saying. I'm with that argument. But, a lot of people seem to think the other way.
So in an off-Broadway adaptation of Godspell, Victor Garber played Jesus and was listed as number 2, though his picture would lead you to believe he is not Jesus.
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
I don't feel like this guy even belongs on the list. Like, he's definitely not hotter than Christian Bale.
No,
but apparently he is.
Or
Victor Garber he's a nice elderly man. Maybe he's attractive for his age set.
Like a silver fox sort of.
I feel like you guys forget that old men were once attractive young men. I mean, present company included.
But I mean, like, even like I don't know. Maybe, I'm gonna look at some other pictures of Victor Garber and see if I can't find something that's.
All right.
So he's a dude on the left.
Yes.
Look at that job.
He's not hotter than Christian Bale.
Correct. Thank you, Max. I agree.
We'll agree to disagree.
Not hotter than John Legend.
But sitting at number 1 with his emotional eyes, his beautifully crafted nose, and his bags under his eyes that tell you he has seen God is our boy Joaquin Phoenix, fresh off the drugs and
back on the drugs.
Our boy fresh off the drugs.
Into the drugs.
Back into the life.
That good drug of the Holy Spirit.
There's no way, dude. There's no way. How does he make number 2?
That's a rough day.
How does he make number 2?
Yeah,
that's number 2, guys.
Where's William Dafoe on that list?
He's living his best life.
Well, then Ian McGregor.
Let's see if I can find him for you.
Willem Dafoe
Don't
is not
shoot the
hot.
messenger that is Alex right now, guys.
Everybody, listen. Every girl my age, which is roughly mid-20s, says Willem Dafoe is hot. I hate it too. I think it's weird, but yeah, they all think he's hot.
Like, is he a great actor? Yes. Like, do I love Willem Dafoe? Absolutely. But would I classify him as hot? No. Like that's why I like him so much. Because like, how does a guy who looks like that still make it? You know, like that's.
I have an important question for the folks that just joined us. Did you think this is where the conversation would go today? Max discussing the attractiveness of William Dafoe.
Okay,
but I think we pivoted that way. Hey,
yeah, that's the best rendition of Jesus.
There you go.
Ewan McGregor. He's Jesus.
Yeah, Ewan McGregor. How is Ewan McGregor not on the list?
He is on the list. He is the last on the list. He is the 20 most attractive Jesus.
Now we know the list isn't real.
Isn't real.
I'll tell you guys who wrote the article so you guys can go dox them.
My number 2 Jesus.
Oh no!
Hello
It was written by someone whose name is Selena Steele. I might be related to this person. This is terrible news.
So do you feel like you agree with her more now?
Yeah, I do. August 2020. It was a little bit ago too.
All right, everybody. I have a picture of Victor Garber as Jesus in that movie, and I don't even know how this is Jesus, but whatever.
Yeah. No,
well, it's
Superman?
because
Is it Asimov's chest?
No, that's Godspeed.
Yeah.
Godspell.
Your Godspell.
Godspeed.
Oh,
Whatever.
Okay. I have no idea what this is from.
I watched that.
Look, I mean, I'm not saying that the guy shouldn't be on the list. I'm just saying that there's like a lot of people on the list who should be ahead of that guy. Okay. Number 2? How did he get number 2?
Who does number 2 work for?
Isn't that like the hippie 60s? Like,
yeah, it's a musical. Yeah,
musical.
Okay. I just read the list. I didn't write it, but you talked to Miss Selena Steele.
I didn't fact check.
I'm not mad at you, Alex. I'm just like, how does he get over Christian Bale?
It exists in the universe.
Doesn't make no sense. Willem Dafoe's on the list. That guy is ugly as sin. Like,
hey, nice religious pun there. Yeah, that's good.
BuzzFeed has an article that just says 15 fine-ass actors who have played Jesus. And on this one, Ewan McGregor's number 2. So, okay.
So does this speak more to the lack of content out there, or just how often this conversation comes up? You know what I mean? Like, how often do we talk about attractive Jesus?
It must come up often enough, I guess.
A lot,
yeah. No, Jesus is a controversial character.
Better make him attractive.
People do love talking about hot Jesus.
People love a bad boy, you know?
Listen, I'd be around him a lot to turn water to wine.
John, do you have any other weird internet stories that can lead us down another rabbit hole of Jesus?
Sure. I have a couple more. Hey, anybody got any of that Usher bucks? Have you heard about this?
Oh, I heard about this. I heard about this.
I love that Usher thinks he can just create his own money and then go to the strip club and spend it, and no one's going to say, hey, wait a minute. This is a dollar bill with your face on it. That's not legal tender.
Hey, I was hoping it'd be quarters, too. Just chuck in.
You mean like in Canada?
Yeah.
They have the
sock
little
full
box
of
on the side of the stage.
Usher coins. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's, first of all, number one, I'm not sure when this happened. I don't remember if it said in the article, but we're in the middle of a pandemic. Aren't strip clubs closed?
They're wearing masks, but nothing else.
Yeah.
Social distance.
They turn their
striptease.
head, but nothing else.
No, he did actually pay the club in real money for all the he had the service or whatever, but he was handing out the Usher bucks as a promotion for whatever thing he's doing right now. There's whatever Usher's got coming out. I don't know if it's a new album or something, but
isn't he moving to Vegas?
Yes,
like a Vegas show. Yeah. So that's what the
Usher bucks are for. He did pay in real money, but he did also use the Usher bucks.
Well, then we're playing right into it, right? If this is all publicity stunt,
yeah,
it worked.
Damn it,
right? It totally worked.
You fell for it.
Yeah. Con. No.
Jason, can you pull up a picture of an Usher buck if you look that up real quick? I haven't seen what they look like though. I just kind of want to see, if you could design money with your face on it, how would it look? Would you go like this? Would you go old school green, or would you do the new hundreds where it's got the bluish with the reddish in there? How would you design your dollar?
I would use Justin's Ric Flair picture of myself.
There you go. I would probably look at the coolest version of the Queen's picture and try to recreate it to a T.
I think mine would be a cryptocurrency.
Nice.
Just
NFTs all day.
All right.
Does the money signify to the stripper to go nice and slow?
There we go.
Wow.
Yeah, so he went the newer.
That's almost illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
it definitely has to say it's not legal tender somewhere on that, or he.
Yeah, it probably says it on the back.
Yeah.
Not legal tender, but is legally tender.
Yeah. God dang it! Who invited these people?
Got a sick fade there. That's good.
Oh yes. We're gonna let it burn all night.
Oh,
I hate this already, John. I want a new topic. This hurts my heart.
Okay, how about this one?
Funny.
How about this one? April 4th, an Indonesian man who is set to get married shows up at the wedding but marries the wrong bride because his GPS led him to the wrong address.
There's
where
so
the
many
family of the
steps
bride
that had to go
assumed
wrong.
he was it. He was the groom.
I didn't see that one.
Okay, how many blind weddings are there going on in?
Are there a lot of? Well, is this an arranged marriage?
It's gotta be.
Yeah.
It's
one of those societies.
Yeah, because you definitely didn't see your bride or groom beforehand, because that's an easy fix. So
were they just say la vie, and they send the other groom over to the original wedding? Is that what they did?
I don't know, but my thinking is maybe that groom showed up and wow, she's hot. Yeah, that's it. I'm here. I'm here to marry your daughter. Yep.
Or it's the other case where he showed up to his original wedding, was like, I can do better. So he went to the one next door.
He's shopping around.
It's like a newspaper clipping, there's 3 weddings in this block. On the street.
What were you going to say, Michael?
Oh, I was just gonna say beggars can't be choosers. I mean,
was he begging? Was he out there
He sure was choosing.
Mm-hmm. He was choosing.
Definitely choosing.
I feel bad for that girl though that just got left at the altar because he took a wrong turn or whatever.
No, they sent the other dude over there.
The other husband showed up.
Is that what happened? Is that the story? Did they just flip off?
No, I don't know.
Trading spouses?
I don't know.
There's no way.
Oh my goodness.
It's like that Spider-Man meme of Spider-Man and Spider-Man. That's what it is. It's like the 2 grooms are looking at each other. That's it.
You're getting married today? I am too.
Together? Oh, all right.
Married to each
that
other?
would be the interesting story if the grooms marry each other and go off and have a happy
best lives.
Yeah,
how about it?
Hey, what can you say?
I'm down. I like
enjoy your marriage. That's what
I feel like love finds a way.
It does.
Love finds a way.
Just drop in random Jurassic Park related quotes.
Whatever works, Justin, leave me alone.
Would you like to know about the butterfly effect? Let me see your hand.
Hey, and the last thing I found was this very interesting trailer. I don't know if Jason's got it pulled up or not for a fantastic movie starring one of our favorite, Dennis Quaid.
Oh, he blocked us on Twitter, guys. Yeah.
Not Dennis Quaid.
Did he really?
No,
It was
not
Randy.
Oh no, Randy Quaid.
One of the Quaids blocked us on Twitter. All right, I forgot the name.
Randy Quaid.
Very
That's
different.
incredible.
Wow.
Like Jason was like, "Hey, we do a pod." He sent him an email or something like, "We're big fans. We do a podcast. We'd love to have you on," and was immediately blocked, like on all forums of everything.
Wanted to learn about the aliens.
He must have
That
been
does
like,
carry.
he must
Go
have been
ahead.
like, I know I don't have big fans, so this is a lie.
Yeah, this is a trap. This is a trap.
Them Quaid brothers are fickle things.
A dawn of civilization. Primitive. Dangerous. Exciting.
Special effects is amazing.
Ooh.
Sloppy.
Ringo Starr, is that what's going on here?
Yes, it's Ringo Starr.
Oh, okay.
Writing is on the wall. If the human race is ever going to amount to anything, it needs a leader. Will it be Tanda? He
Oh,
is.
that is a large rock.
How about God? Is out of sight. And Atuk. Atuk sounds good. Atuk will be the leader of the Stone Age. He will teach man to walk erect.
We're already doing that.
He will discover fire.
Wow.
He will invent roast chicken.
Invent? You can't discover fire or invent roast chicken. Like, these are things that just happen.
Sunny side up.
Yes.
Fire the men.
That might be my favorite part of this whole thing.
Of the women. Yeah.
Is it Olivia Newton?
Llama. He will protect them from all the beasts of the earth. Ringo Starr, Barbara Bach, Dennis Quaid, Shelley Long, John Matuzak, Avery Schreiber, and Jack Guilford.
John Matuzak played
Caveman.
the guy from Goonies. Sloth.
They don't call it the Stone Age for nothing.
Yeah, man. You just eat these fucking berries, dude, and you have a fucking good time, man.
Pass the F out.
Where did
Hey,
you
by the
find
way,
that?
that was written by Carl Gottlieb, by the way, that movie.
Hey, we know that guy. Yeah.
I was about to say that looks like the first draft of year one with Michael Cera and Jack Black.
It sure does. Yeah, you nailed it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That
There was an
for
attempt.
sure.
There's an
For
attempt.
sure.
That's the kind of movie we would have you remake on Remake Revolution.
Excellent.
As long as you
There you
kept the Quaids in.
Have to.
Yeah, have to.
I would go.
Friends
I
of the
think
show.
Randy is more suited for this than Dennis, to be honest. Like I would
Randy looks like a caveman.
exactly. He already
Oh,
looks
yeah.
the part. All right.
Well,
They'll never
there
have
you
the
have
shots
it.
for
Ringo
fire,
Starr in a great movie. And I read where Robert De Niro is very upset at his ex-wife because she's addicted to buying everything Stella McCartney. So there's your Beatles tie-in for this episode.
Is that a thing we're trying to do?
Yeah,
Is that
totally.
Beatles tie-in?
It's something we've been doing. I don't know.
I'm okay with it. I'm okay.
I just pulled
I'm
that out.
surprised you haven't noticed, Justin.
Yeah.
We've been doing it the entire time you've been on the podcast.
Yeah, I was wondering why we kept mentioning the Yellow Submarine.
Do you just have a Moose song? That make it
right.
complete.
Full circle. Full circle. guys.
Welcome to the Moose Cast, everyone.
Moose Ga-
I am the moose.
Ringo.
Cuckoo-cuckoo-choo.
Oh, get rid of him. Blacksmith. Blacksmith.
Anyway, Jason, do we have stuff that we're gonna...
Oh yeah, we got lots of stuff, man.
Are you looking for the Randy Quaid photo? It's right there in the folder.
Didn't we retire that?
Yeah, we retired it.
That got retired.
Oh, much like the Taco Bell commercial.
Thank God.
Yeah, that was rough.
Thank God that Taco Bell
that was
commercial got
fantastic.
retired.
I love the Taco Bell commercial.
You are a sick person.
There's 2 people in this room that liked it. No
sick
one else.
person.
Sorry, maybe it'll pop up on an episode of Matt Talk.
No, listen,
The tapioca crowd loves Taco Bell.
Matt Talk is too wholesome for that.
that's right. Thank you, Max. Our key demographic. See, you got me so mad. I'm stuttering. Don't you be playing foul stuff that the old people don't want to hear?
Yeah.
They don't want to hear about
You're being
Elizabeth
ageist,
Berkley's
John.
mushy.
You're being ageist. Just like the one guy couldn't be hot in his younger days.
I didn't say that he wasn't hot. I just said that he's not hotter than Christian Bale or Ewan McGregor. That
You never get away from hot.
or John Legend.
Max, I am yelling at John, not you.
I am saying that old people do not want to hear a Taco Bell commercial that is about Elizabeth Berkley's vajayjay. Okay, they don't want to hear that.
Beefy fish taco.
All right. Anyway,
old people are fickle.
Guys, we weren't born before this. We don't know what this is.
This is beef that has long since been passed.
Right,
they have wiped this from human civilization.
You'd be very thankful you didn't watch that movie. It was awful.
That was also from another remake. It was a commercial they made for the marketing.
Don't play it. Jason's looking for it. Don't
Yes.
No, I'm
not. We're not playing
Anyway.
it. But yeah, we got stuff.
He's not going to entertain this.
Amazon's Lord of the Rings series. I'm going to go to Alex first. Amazon's Lord of the Rings series is going to cost $465 million for just one season.
Yeah.
Alex, what do you think when you hear that?
I think that it's going to be super hard to do it wrong when you're paying more than they paid for Game of Thrones. I think they're going to do it right, and they're going to do it just like the movies. So I have no ill will towards it. They're not trying to bring anything back from the dead. They're doing all the stuff before the movies. So it's new ground to tread on, and it sounds like they're taking every precaution to do it. It's a ridiculous price tag, but if I could throw that much money at one project, you know I would. So I really can't hold it against them.
It's a lot of elves.
I'm looking up the budget for the movies because I'm pretty sure that's higher budget than the movies were.
Yep. That's what making a lot of money will get you is higher budgets.
But when you think about it, though, the movies, like even in the extended cuts, like we'll call it 4 hours a piece. It's 12 hours. Like one season, if they do 10 episodes, is that. So it's like it's comparable. Like they should spend more money.
Yeah,
they're
and
probably
then
not doing more seasons.
In the article you guys sent us, they talked about how that money goes towards costuming that'll be reused throughout the entire series.
Right.
That money goes towards set pieces that'll be reused, initial salaries, initial advertisement, like all that stuff that they're going to use again for like years to come. So that first check's going to have to be a pretty big one.
I feel like we're just justifying the budget. Like someone like walked into an office and be like, $400 million, but
let me have this.
We can reuse some of it.
Yeah, but this is also Amazon, so like they have all the money.
Oh, yeah,
they might as well. Like this is nothing to them.
This is
Jeff
also
Bezos can pull up in his wallet and be like, "I'll buy all of this."
Right.
This is Bezos's May vacation budget.
Yeah,
that
probably.
they've decided to spend on Lord of the Rings.
Jeff Bezos is buying a small country budget. Yeah.
All right.
He put as much thought into this as I put into like getting a new game on a console or something.
$60? Why not?
Like, oh man, games cost $70 now. I don't know.
Diamond floors? All right.
All right, so the budget for the Lord of the Rings movies were Fellowship of the Ring was $93 million.
No.
Two Towers was $94 million. Hobbit was $180 million, and the Return of the King was $94 million.
You probably can use the rough estimation of the Hobbit movies just because of inflation. I would imagine, relatively speaking, it'd be close.
So yeah, like with all the movies, like okay, including the Hobbit movies, they spent more on the movies than they did on the first season. But if you're not including the Hobbit movies, it's actually pretty similar in price.
Yeah, it's probably comparable, but which is great. I mean, I want the TV show to succeed. It's the second age of Lord of the Rings.
No, if you don't count the Hobbit movies, No, it's like 300 something. Yeah, anyway, sorry. Rough math in my head, and I'm terrible at it.
It's all good. It's all good. But I mean, I'm excited for it. I think they're covering the second age in the TV show, which is I think is the first battle of the ring. Because I think the end of that starts the third age, but I could be wrong. Like,
I believe you're right.
Silmarillion is a little off. Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm going through the Silmarillion on audiobook right now, and it puts me to sleep every time. So
it's a great thing to fall asleep to for sure.
Oh yeah.
I want to.
I can't. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
I can't watch. You
guys are like this.
I want to go ahead and thank both my co-hosts for not outing me, because I actually have not seen any of the Lord of the Rings movies.
Yeah.
Alex, to be fair, I have seen the first Hobbit, and I've seen 12 minutes of the first Lord of the Rings movie, and they put me to sleep every time. Like, I like the idea of Lord of the Rings, but whenever I sit down to watch it, it's just like anime for me. I like the idea. Like, everything about it says Jason. And then I sit down to watch it. I just fall asleep.
You watch Matlock and stay awake, but you can't stay awake for 12 minutes.
Hey,
Lord of the Rings.
You know what, Justin? I'm going to put you in the corner with
Dan. All right, do it. Change the truth.
I don't think he gets put in there with Dan. I mean, come on. Dan is obviously a terrible human being.
I'm just saying, you have like courtroom dramas, and then you have Lord of the Rings that starts off with a giant battle, and you're like, meh, I'm gonna take a nap.
So I love D&D. I'm an avid player of it, and I've probably played more hours of D&D than I have watching movies in general. But that being said, the way that people have talked to me about Lord of the Rings, it's like, oh, you have to watch it. Oh, your life will change if you watch it. And I believe them, but also everybody who's talked to me about watching Lord of the Rings is like, and you have to watch it with me. You have to watch it while I'm with you, so I can watch you experience it. And nobody has held true to that. So to this day, I still haven't seen it, and it's not my fault anymore. Because now
that's totally fine.
Since you haven't seen it yet, and I don't know what region of the country you're in, but like around here, they do like the extended edition showings in local theaters and stuff. Oh. That's what I would do when COVID's a far existent like memory, right? Just grab your friends and be like, if you want to come, I'm going to see it. And we're going to go see it in the theater and experience it for the first time.
Exactly.
Yeah. Enjoy that 4 hours, but
they're already 3 hours long. You're gonna make me sit another hour, and I got to
listen, Nick. It's so good. It's so good.
It's for the world building.
I'm thinking as a podcaster, and I think Alex and I should watch it and review it together.
There you go. Ooh, live stream it.
Oh, no, I watched.
And then they just crap all over it. Be like, orcs. Terrible.
Something tells me that's not how it'll go down. We're probably gonna geek out and love it. The problem is that we need each other.
Asleep, you're gonna be like, dude, wake up.
You know what? Hug him with a stick. Be like,
look, I know that this is not a popular opinion, but I really liked the first Hobbit movie. So the fact that I haven't sat down and been able to watch the rest of them really shocks me.
No, I watched all three of the extended cuts like back to back, like sat through the whole thing, and ever since then, I've not been able to watch anything Lord of the Rings. Like it makes me physically ill.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I used to do those back showings like regularly in college to
that's brutal, though.
avoid doing any actual schoolwork. Yeah.
I have not seen the two Hobbit movies. I've seen the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I've not seen the two.
There's three Hobbits, by the way.
Three Hobbit movies. So
you guys made me feel a lot better about. Yeah,
I wasn't trying to, Alex, but I'm glad you do feel better.
Pat on the back. It's okay.
Nick, Michael, you guys excited about this?
Oh yeah, very.
He falls asleep to a Silmarillion. He's gonna love it.
I don't think he's gonna be excited about it.
Yeah, I don't think. Yes. Question done.
I guess I am a little bit. I mean, I'm in the same boat as Alex. I think I watched one movie back when it came out in like 2004, but I mean, that was when I was, this high off the ground and all that, and I hardly even remember it. So to get back into it, it's like, that's a big investment of time that I have to sit there and watch all these movies, but I don't know if I'm excited for it. I don't even have an Amazon account. So,
well, I mean, from my understanding, the TV show is set up so that you don't have to really know Lord of the Rings. It's all just going to be like individual sequences that you can just follow throughout because it's covering stuff that came all beforehand. So you're good.
Right. Yeah, that's also something exciting about it is for someone who hasn't watched any of the Lord of the Rings movies, if I watch this series, then chronologically the next step are the movies.
Yep.
So this could be the place to go to like finally start that fire that gets me to watch it.
There you go. There you go.
I mean, I would say just, from personal experience, just take your time though. No need to try to do it all.
Yeah, I think it's a terrible
binge
idea for new people to watch the extended cuts like back to back or the original cuts because that would be a long day and you might hate it by the time we're done.
I like how you. I was gonna say I like how you two are making it for Alex like he's at the gym. Hey, 200-pound bench press. Maybe take it easy. Take it easy, man. Just take it easy. Let's start at 75.
Like you don't.
I want you to love the thing. I don't want you to be straight about it.
Yeah, see, I think going at it with starting with the show and then going to the movies might be a good idea. I did that with the Alien movies, and that might be the reason why I'm the only person on Earth that likes Prometheus and Alien Covenant as much as I do, because I saw them first. So all the expectations of the other movies I didn't take into the theater with me.
So I judge that much harsher because those are 2-hour movies and from the 70s, I think, right? So like you had plenty of time to watch those, Jason.
No, but like the original Alien movie is very good because it's like good science fiction and good horror. But like the problem with any monster movie is like after you see the monster, it's out of the bag. So like that's where it's really hard for the Alien movies after that. So I feel like you lost something because the best of the Alien movies, you already know what the monster looks like.
But that's why I think Aliens 2 is so good, or Aliens, right? It turned into like a war movie. It was like the soldiers who knew they were going into it, like they subverted the whole thing.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, they had to do something different. Like it couldn't just be another horror movie because again, you've already seen the monster. So like, they definitely changed gears, which is totally fine. But I still prefer Alien to Aliens. Like I just think it's a better movie.
Sure.
Hands down. But
you're wrong.
Yeah, so Jason, like you're just your soul has been robbed a little bit, is all. That's it.
But
you wouldn't know, so that's fine.
One, Prometheus is the most beautiful movie I've seen to date as far as cinematography goes. I love watching that movie just because.
Yeah, but why didn't you just run out from underneath the thing? Like if there's something falling on you.
Just you run have a couple steps to the right or left.
Run the length of it to have it fall on you. You just run side perpendicular.
You're making too much sense. That's the problem. It's
No, there's a lot wrong with Prometheus, bud. There's a shit ton wrong with Prometheus. There's nothing wrong with Alien. Okay.
I'll tell you how bad Prometheus was. I went and saw it in the theater, and I vaguely remember just a couple of things, and that's it. I don't remember, that's it. I remember like Idris Elba's character was talking to Charlize Theron, and I was like,
Idris Elba was in that movie?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Idris Elba has issues picking movies. I mean, let's be honest.
Hey, speaking of which, I watched his new one yesterday, that Netflix one, Concrete Cowboy.
Is it good?
Is it good?
Oh, yeah.
That's okay.
It's we interviewed a lady from that, didn't we, Jason? We talked to a lady from that.
Yeah, Liz is in it in the beginning and the end. It's I gave it a B. It's a little bit predictable. You know what's going to happen, but strong performances, especially from Method Man. Because his character, you're like, wait a minute, he's going to play that character? Okay, and he does a pretty decent job, I think.
Good for him.
I mean, like when Method Man acts like, it's either like not great, but you're just happy Method Man is there, or it's okay. But I like to see him working. That's fine. Like, I mean, cheese. You got to see the cheese.
Yeah.
Is he a method actor? Is that the? No.
I don't know.
Show myself.
Oh, he's 100% method. Him and Daniel Day-Lewis.
And the RZA shows up for moral support.
No, fuck the RZA.
And the soundtrack.
That guy cannot act.
All right, let's go to this fun one.
I wasn't expecting that visceral of reaction.
Speaking of changing gears.
Here it is.
More puns. How about that?
I have not watched
that dude a segue. You win the segue award.
The world has a way of changing.
Except for family. That never changes.
I know some people, they would die for me.
There are moments that separate us.
They're my family.
But we all.
Oh, God, they're leaning hard into this thing, huh? Paul Walker's dead.
I needed a little love out here.
The Fantastic, or not Fantastic, but the Fast and the Furious is like the WWE retirement program.
You're right.
Yep.
Who needs a 401k when you get Vin Diesel?
Right.
I do like the movies, the more ridiculous.
Who is he?
Jacob is Dom's brother.
Bum bum!
Oh God.
Their family.
Man, the hairline did not age well from one side of the family. Good
You
lord.
always say never turn your back on family, but you turned your back on me.
Damn, they really are running out of ideas.
Oh God, I think they go into space in this one also.
You know what, guys?
They're playing with house money, right? As they're like, well, we didn't expect to get this far, so if people show up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And what's got two thumbs is gonna go see the next Fast and Furious movie. This guy.
I have never seen a single one of these movies.
We were talking about Alien, how it went from being a horror movie changed to a war film, but this went from a racing Street Fighter movie changed to like an international spy movie.
Yeah, James Bond.
Changed to James Bond, which changed to fucking Avengers. Like they're superheroes now. Like they can't die. The physics does not apply to them.
Yeah,
what a haircut on Charlize Theron. What the hell is that?
They just grabbed a bowl and said, "Fuck me up, fam."
This movie is missing
The Queen of England drives Tokyo Drift. You heard it here first, folks.
We the soldiers.
Are any of these automobiles like automatic transmissions?
No, but they are automatically magnets.
Oh.
I think just picture Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Like, was there a scene in that Hobbs and Shaw movie where he's like the linking chain between tons of metal and a helicopter? Like,
yeah, like 13 cars getting pulled by a helicopter.
He's like,
and the power of Samoan teamwork will conquer all.
He said, "Fuck a Steve Rogers. I have 13 cars
and 11 Samoans."
Yep, that's all you need. That's all you need.
Samoas.
You spend the rest of your
Dude's just like, give me all the Girl Scout cookies.
I got Samoas. I thought you said Samoan.
The box is holding it. You got him.
Oh my God! The next heist they're on, they're like, they go through all this shit. They fucking snatch the semi truck with a fucking F-16 or something, and they're like, "What did you guys steal this time?" It's just like all the Girl Scout cookies you could ever want.
Sponsored by the Girl Scouts of America.
Hey.
Oh my God! This movie is going to be fucking ridiculous, and I can't wait to see it.
I can't believe there was a part in the trailer where someone actually looks into the camera and goes, "I don't know how to drive." It's like, that's the big plot point. That's the one. How is she gonna make it in this world if she doesn't know how to drive a car? That's the whole point of living here.
There is one thing that this trailer was significantly missing, and I think The Rock. Because The Rock added something when he joined this franchise. Like this franchise, in my opinion, I didn't like the first three. This movie franchise got fun when The Rock joined, and
you mean the first four?
Yeah, there's
The
a
Rock
lot
was
more
the fifth one.
Well, the fourth one's okay, but the since The Rock joined, it got a lot better. The fourth one was the start of the heisting stuff.
Yep. Oh my God! Oh my God!
Yeah, The Rock is busy doing Young Rock, so he can't.
Well, also, didn't Vin Diesel and The Rock get in a big thing, the Hobbs and Shaw thing, because they were pissed that they did an offshoot movie?
Yeah, and Tyrese was pissed too.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, yep, you're right. It's like, we're a family. What are you doing? I was like, they're making money. What do you mean? That's what they're doing.
They're printing Usher bucks.
Yeah, I would prefer the coin version of that.
Hey, how much money how much money is this Lord of the Rings TV show going to be in Usher bucks?
Like Justin wants to open the Usher arcade where you can play all the games with Usher coins.
There you go. They give me real money, I give them fake money. It'd be great.
All right, so Collider.com is reporting that Mads Mikkelsen has joined the cast of Indiana Jones 5, and I can't lie, I am super excited for this. One, because George Lucas is not writing it. Two, and Steven Spielberg is a great director, but I'm glad he's not returning to direct. And I really like where this cast is going. Harrison Ford is coming back. He'll be like 287, but it doesn't matter. He's still Harrison Ford. Phoebe Walker-Bridge is joining this cast, and now we got Mads Mikkelsen. This is probably the most excited I've been for a Lucasfilm project since Disney bought Lucasfilm, and I love the Star Wars movies for what they are. But Mads Mikkelsen should be in everything. I had the pleasure of meeting him in Saudi Arabia, and he is the nicest guy in the world. Yeah, man.
When we were fighting for oil, Matt Mikkelson, right?
It just says like, oh yeah, one time me and Mads were hanging out in Saudi Arabia, and fucking like, turns out he's a real cool dude. You're fucking. We were down there with the Sheik. It was fine. It was totally cool.
I enjoyed Nick's reaction to that. Like,
I'm telling you, man, this show is whiplash.
Yeah, he's flexing over there.
My podcasting career, so I got to mention it whenever I can.
Saudi Arabia, FYI, I just thought I'd throw that out there.
One time I met David Beckham's son. So
where were you? Like Abu Dhabi? Like what? Like were you...
I was in LA, but yeah.
Wow, you got that LA money.
I like Alex's description of our show. We're like whiplash. Like, there's only certain people that can join us on our live show and hang, and you guys have done a really good job. It's like you guys, Mick and Casey, are the ones that really get the way we just bump all around. So,
hey, we're into it.
Yeah, I think
if you've
the
listened
fact
to an
that,
episode of Entertain This, that's our vibe.
Yeah, and I think the fact that like all three of us have like massive ADHD also vibes really well.
What's that shiny light? Oh, we're talking about The Rock now? All right.
Yeah, sure. All right.
When am I not talking about The Rock?
I mean,
right?
Tuned out for 30 seconds. We're back to Meese. All right.
Meese.
Let's keep talking about them Meese.
Is that the plural? I don't think that's the plural.
It is now.
We don't have the internet to figure this out. We're fine.
Our fact checker is off right now, so
taking a
what do they call a group of moose?
Flock.
A murder.
Bad news. Bad news.
Gaggle.
Your worst nightmare.
In a world surrounded by me's. One
world
stands alone.
One gun, one bullet.
23
that's kind of
live
the plot of
moves.
The Gray, isn't it?
They're just a herd. It's nothing fun. It's not like a murder of crows.
I heard that.
I mean, you're definitely getting murdered in a group of moose.
What's everybody's thoughts on Indiana Jones 5?
Yeah. If it doesn't have Shia LaBeouf, I'm not in.
Do you want us to actually talk about that? I'm sorry.
I mean,
Hey,
yeah,
as long
Mads
as that
Mikkelson.
cash cow's producing milk, I'm in.
Yeah.
You know,
I like you said,
I'll do whatever.
I would love to have Mads Mikkelson in every movie. Elevates any movie he's ever been in.
And he changes. You know, like it's not just like, okay, we need Mads Mikkelson to play this guy. Like he can do anything and pull up a completely different performance from the last one that he's done. Like the dude is just awesome.
Oh yeah. Dude plays one of the best villains ever. Like he plays a villain to a T no matter what he's in and is just the best at it.
Looks like the type too, yeah.
He did the impossible. He took Oscar-nominated performance and made it his own with Hannibal.
Yeah.
That's not an easy task at all.
I did enjoy the first couple seasons of that. It kind of goes off the rails.
Start eating at you. Yeah.
I'd just like to ask Jason. You keep mentioning this Indiana Jones 5 movie. Was there a 4? Because I don't remember there being
Aliens
a 4.
took it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
John, that's what the news says. Apparently, there was a fourth one somewhere along the line.
I don't.
It was in between the Transformers series. Shia LaBeouf kind of just drove Optimus Prime through it.
It's the Mandela effect. There was never actually a fourth Indiana Jones movie, but like now everyone's like, oh yeah, I think there was that Indiana Jones movie.
I refuse to acknowledge the presence of the fourth movie because it was shit.
It was so fucking awesome.
I wonder if they're going to just jump. That is an interesting thought. Are they just going to jump over the whole crystal skulls and aliens, or just keep flexing on people?
There it is. That's a nice flex.
Yeah.
All right, we get it, Jason. You're cool. Okay, we get it.
Thank you.
All right, entertain this. Do you guys want to stick around and do the Army of the Dead trailer, or do you guys got to go?
It's up to the boys.
Yeah, I can stick around for a little bit.
Okay. All right, so we'll
no pressure live on
one more
television.
trailer.
Yeah. Do you want to stay?
We'll do that.
You want to stay, right?
Yeah.
That's what he says with John Stamos. That's his conversation with John Stamos every day. So,
Listen, the Olsen twins are coming. I promise.
We got them on the line. We just gotta reel them in.
All right, guys, we'll be back right after these words with Jarrod and more from Entertain This as we discuss Army of the Dead 80s and 90s action movies and our review of Falcon and Winter Soldier. We will see you guys in just a moment.
see you later.
And on that point, we start the podcast. Hello, everybody.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Three Geeks Podcast.
I'm going to leave Max unmuted so you guys can hear him laughing at himself.
God, we have
I can mute myself. Thank you very much.
But the guy, the overall arching thing was, he's like, I really like your podcast, and he said a whole bunch of mean things about us.
He got like super racist. Is that the one you're talking about? Or?
Yeah. Apparently, I look Jewish, which I don't.
You got to forward me this comment because I need a good laugh. But
I deleted it, but I think I have a screenshot. But I'll send it to you.
He did the right thing where he went to the our group's black ambassador, and he's like, "Should we?" I left it up for a couple of days, but then we didn't end up talking about it that week. So I was just like, "We'll take it down."
And Max like, leave it up so we can discuss it. And then we forgot
it was super racist. But he was like, "You guys are cool if you weren't so black and Jewish and yada yada yada."
Damn. Is anybody in this room Jewish?
Well, I mean, that time that you wore the yarmulke, Fuzzy was on here.
Oh. I just remember waking up and seeing that comment. I think it was like 6:30 and I texted Max. I turned over to Liz. I was like, Liz? She's like half asleep. I'm like, do I look Jewish? No, I'm trying to sleep.
But he seriously, the first 3 sentences is all good stuff. You guys are doing good. I like you, blah, 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 except for however, black dude on there, and your bald Jewish guy sucks. It was just the most ridiculous thing, and I was like, man, I'm
bringing you guys down because I don't know who John Hurt is.
Yeah, I mean, Rondell, with me and Rondell on here, that was a 2 out of 5 that was way too many black people, and then we got the Jews.
It's not even 3/5.
Keep spinning that racial wheel, buddy. You'll hit one of the right.
Damn Chinese on that podcast.
Yeah, exactly. The Korean guy's a jerk.
We are way too diverse. We need to whitewash this podcast a little bit more.
That's what I've been saying, but nobody listens. Oh man.
So, Colin Trevorrow, I guess the first movie he made before Jurassic World, storytelling in it, and then when Jurassic World came out, they saw that he could, make a blockbuster and make money. So they figured the two of those together would turn out something well. And then, like Mike said, his last movie, and his Leia dying, they've had to rework
What was his last
story.
movie? What was his last movie? It was called something Dark Side. I don't know.
Something murder.
I am looking into this. Max, your thoughts?
Yeah, get rid of this guy. Fuck that dude. Fucking Jurassic World. The movie sucked. It's just Jurassic Park again. Fucking
Eddie. Max doesn't like things.
Park again.
I love things.
Already made it. All you gotta do is do the same shit. Oh no, our dinosaurs are bigger and badder.
This is Jurassic Park with a bunch of kids you don't want to know again, but stuck in a giant ball thing. The Book of Henry is the name of the film.
The Book of Henry. I never even heard about this movie.
It's like
the sequel to the Book of Eli.
Yeah. No. The guy's deaf instead. Spoilers. Sorry. You go through the whole thing like people like screaming at him.
Henry.
Anybody.
Get oh my God.
Don't forget your book, Henry.
Oh God, it's a fucking book.
No, it's a drama film or something.
That's the end.
What's fascinating is, I guess.
See, I like in the movie too. Steve McQueen's first movie, big movie, Game.
Yep.
I waited to see that movie for a very long time.
You faked me out, Max, because your mouth wasn't moving on screen, but you're laughing. I was like,
it's good. It's phantom laughter.
Like I got
Max is the biggest
there's
fan of
no
himself.
investment.
I like our podcast. I happen to be on it.
The moral of the story is accept the fact that at some point in the future, Michael Fassbender is going to fuck each and every one of us. Like that's
Yeah, and by the way, if you haven't seen it, I literally feel like his penis should get top billing because you see it a lot in the movie.
What movie is
That's why John left.
Shane.
The cowboy movie? No. Shame, not Shane.
Come back, Shane.
Michael
Fassbender.
Max, I was like, Shane. It's not a John Wayne movie.
Shane uncut.
All right. Who's in this movie? Besides John Wayne?
Yes, besides John Wayne.
Michael Fassbender.
You say Steve McQueen?
Steve McQueen's the director.
Oh, crap.
There's a second Steve McQueen.
There's a second Steve McQueen.
Okay.
No, not.
I'm like, I'm stoned, but I'm not that stoned. Like, what the hell is going on right here?
But can I ask?
I just love that for half that description of the movie, Max thought it was Shane.
I'm flipping out, like, because I'm sitting here trying to figure out how Michael Fassbender was in Shane. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. How old is this dude? He looks amazing.
It took the reboot in a completely different direction.
I was there too. I just didn't say anything because I didn't want to look stupid. Like, I guess he was in the movie.
No, it's better to understand than to worry about how stupid you look.
He was the kid at the end. That's yeah. See?
That was Michael Fassbender.
Yeah.
And he took that message a little bit literally.
I'm not paying for this shit.
No.
She's like, fuck this. In 6 years, I'm going to be dating a Norse god. I'm out. I mean, yeah, I'd say that's a step up. But, like, would you take Hayden Christensen or fucking Hemsworth?
I take Hemsworth. He looks like a cuddler.
You know?
Would you give him a telekinetic hand job? We fucking wanted one.
Someone's trying to lift the hammer. With their mouth.
If he doesn't call his penis
Oh,
the
yes.
hammer now,
You are worthy.
So, I think...
killed it.
Randy on that.
Just to recap,
Can we not end on that, please? I don't want to go.
you enjoyed this episode, or if you'd rather us go back to just playing old episodes and just we can do that too.
Oh my god!
Our Sunday viewers, you all just got the taste.
Who's next to lift the hammer?
It would be better because they can take a beating. They're like regular and strong. You don't have to hold back.
Describe the telekinetic all of us in the Geeks podcast have a great night. I'm going to end right here.
I was next to lift the hammer.
I forgot about that whole hand job thing.
How do you not have your springboard walk around and use that as a line? You want to lift Thor's hammer?
Oh my goodness,
that's fantastic. Jarrod, welcome to the show,
gentlemen. I am here.
Hello and welcome.
How's everybody doing on this fine Sunday afternoon?
We're doing good, man. We're doing good. I know Entertain This is ready to go, so I'm going to get to this Army of the Dead trailer real quick. and then I can't wait to hear Jarrod's top 5 '80s action movies, and then we will discuss Falcon and Winter Soldier. So much fun stuff. So much. But seriously, if you want to lift Thor's hammer, that's a great line.
Who doesn't?
You guys have a lot of dick jokes, huh?
Yeah,
I noticed that.
It's an
Yeah.
underlying theme.
It's good.
Yeah, it is a theme.
Yeah. Get top 5 video out there.
Oh, God.
Oh, I saw this trailer.
Thank you, Alex.
This is the one with Dave Bautista, right?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, whoops. Never mind.
Mr. Wolf.
There he is.
Nope, there's your answer.
Nailed it.
I'd like to make $50 million.
This is Zack Snyder,
A
right?
warm summer's eve.
Before.
Hey.
Met up with a gambler.
Next to The Rock, I'd say that Batista's had the second most successful career of all WWE fighters.
Yeah,
I can find that.
John Cena is trying to.
Aside from The Rock.
I'd say Batista and John Cena are almost neck and neck, but I put Batista ahead.
Whoa, what about Hogan, man? We got
get the fuck out of here.
John Cena was in the Fred movie, so he cannot be forgiven.
Thunder in Paradise does not compare to
Of just once.
anything that Dave Bautista's done.
Just for us.
You ready to play? There's $200 million in the vault beneath the strip, with a 32-hour window to get it out. Find the safe. This should be a simple in and out.
Looks too bad. It's a little bit more colorful than you'd expect. With
Except for this part that's about to come up.
oh, okay. Spoiler alert.
Except for the rest of this movie.
What the?
They're not what you think they are. They're smarter.
That line feels like
And
it's
that's where this
directed
movie lost me.
directly at us.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're talking directly to the audience. Like, these are what you think they are. We know what you think they are, but no.
They're smart zombies.
Yeah, here we go.
See, that's where Fast and Furious needs to go next is Zombie Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
I would watch that. So hard.
That's just
probably
Mad
what's going to
Max.
happen.
That's Mad Max Fury Road.
What is this? It's a goddamn zombie tiger. That's crossing the line.
So, like, basically, the zombies are back to being people.
Yes.
It reminds me of what the Will Smith zombie like vampire movie.
Yeah.
I Am Legend.
I Am
Thank you.
Legend.
Yeah, it's based on the name. Thank you.
That's a good film. Good film.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, but this is that does not look like a good film.
No,
It looks like I will be cringing the whole way through it. Have any of you actually seen Monster Hunter with Mila Jovovich and
no.
Nope.
Tony
Dan
Danza?
watched it. Dan watched it. No, Jason watched it.
And I think it's going to be in the same vein, and I'm just going to cry through the entire thing because they took a brilliant premise and then destroyed the rest of the movie.
I didn't hate Monster Hunter, but it's nowhere near a good movie. The Resident Evil movies are like a guilty pleasure. I've watched them all once. I've enjoyed them once. I'll never watch them again. And I felt the same way for Monster Hunter. I enjoyed watching it. It's not a great movie. I probably would never recommend it. And I think if it would have been a half an hour shorter, I might actually revisit it. But they're surprisingly in an hour and 20-some minute movie, there is quite a bit of filler in that Monster Hunter movie that could be.
I will say maybe when we play Dead Rising for sure.
Yeah, but like Monster Hunter is a good video game because you get to kill the monsters and you harvest the parts and you level up and all that stuff and you get to do things. Like that doesn't make it a good premise for a movie. It's like Battleship. They made that movie and it's like why?
Right.
What is the point of this?
let's go to the Monster Hunter expert, Michael. Did you enjoy the Monster Hunter movie? Yes, I watched Entertain This. Did you enjoy the movie?
I have a habit of like seeing anything that I feel is gonna like disrespect something I love. I just avoid it like the plague. So I didn't even bother watching it.
What about this? Are you excited about this?
Well, this yeah. I think I'm gonna enjoy it just because it looks like stupid fun, and I'm all for.
I
Stupid
like it
fun.
too.
It's stupid fun. You can turn the brain off for a while and just sit there and watch it and be like, "Yeah, I'm having fun. I'm killing
I mean, like
zombies,"
the premise of it being like a Las Vegas like heist movie, but with zombies. Like, sure, all right, I'm here for it.
if they had called this Ocean's 11 Zombies, like they did like Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies, I think that a lot of us would be more on board if they were just like straight up like, no, this is what we're doing. But that is what it is. This is Ocean's 11 Zombies. So I'm down.
Ocean's 15 or whatever they're on. If they called it that, I would be more down to watch it. Like you see Brad Pitt and George Clooney.
Yeah, George Clooney just figuring out how to kill zombies with like one bullet.
That would have been what's up. Absolutely, like that's a way better idea.
One thing we know for sure is that this movie sucks. There's an inevitable 6-hour edition that everybody's going to praise on the internet, even though it may or may not fix a few plot holes. Not necessarily give us, Gone with the Wind, but
just Josh Whedon on retainer. Yeah, just take over.
I'm excited about the mention of zombie tigers because those who know me or have followed my personal lore, that's been my gamer tag since I was 14 years old. Is zombie tigers.
I didn't want to dox you. I'm glad you said it. So there you go.
Are you gonna sue? Are you gonna?
Here's my thing is. When you grab usernames like that on any social media, you don't know it, but it's an investment. So if somebody comes after the Zombie Tigers username, I can sell it for a pretty penny now.
All right.
My stocks went way up.
Yeah. Do you think they're going to cosplay a Tiger King in this? And have like Carol Baskins as a zombie and like the tiger?
Ooh, there you go. Smart move.
Another great reason to watch it.
That's definitely going to be in. You feel it coming.
Carol Baskins.
Her husband's zombie
pile of poo, zombie pile of tiger poo just running at you.
Gross.
You guys are doing him so dirty.
She did it dirty. She fed the tiger.
Fucking tiger. That wasn't me.
I like that this is like, as a society, we've all accepted the fact that she fed her husband to a tiger and no one's doing shit about it. We're just like, no, that happened, but we can't do anything about it.
Nothing to be done. Like,
stomach
turns out.
There's no proof. Yeah.
Yep. It's too late to DNA check that pile of poo now. It's gone.
It's fertilizer.
Yeah.
I wonder if the grass would have some of his DNA in it. You know, like the grass that grew over the pile of poo that was Carol Baskin's husband.
So every unsolved mystery is just waiting to be mowed.
Yes.
What a way to say that. I love that.
In a field in Missouri somewhere.
A field of dreams, if you will.
What's up, Mom?
All right. Entertain This. Where can everybody find you guys on the internet?
I'm on camera.
So yeah, we Entertain This. The easiest way that you can find us is by going to our website, which is www.entertainthis.net. It wasn't a hard domain to get, unfortunately. So it will not be raking in any bucks like Zombie Tigers. But you can find all of our socials there. We usually direct people to Spotify to listen to us, but you can go to our link tree, which I think is like linktr.ee/entertain this, and it'll send you to all of our podcatchers where you can find us and listen to us in whatever form you want to. Or you can look us up on YouTube. We upload all of our video podcasts there if you like a visual medium to your listening experience. We're Entertain This on there too. We didn't change it up for the YouTube.
Okay.
So that's it.
Cool.
Absolutely fascinating. You guys have an open door policy with us anytime you guys want to come on our show. Please.
Yeah,
I totally
for
understand
sure.
you keeping that door shut if you don't like us anymore. Good hour and a half.
Well, if you have a spot to fill, you let us know, and we'll see what our schedule is looking like.
That sounds great, man.
Fellas.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
We appreciate
Michael,
the invite.
Alex,
Thanks,
thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. See you guys.
See ya.
Bye.
All right, Jarrod, you're gonna like this. So because we lost in Remake Revolution and Dan was the judge, we fired him as our third geek.
Yeah, he's not on the podcast anymore.
Yeah. We
I
can
see.
but we
I put some effort into those trailers.
You sure did, buddy. You did great. You did great.
We played it at the beginning of the show to show Entertain This. Did a fantastic job.
Like it was really good. I could not do that. Like that was like I'm glad we weren't playing you because then I would have just felt dejected the whole time. Like he plays a trailer, I'm just like, well, you know, like, what are you supposed to do? No, it was good. It was really, really good.
Just lost out on that that musical score. I think that's what did us in. But
yeah,
had to stick with what the original plan was.
For sure. No.
Yeah.
All right, so you were going to be on last week, but due to some scheduling misunderstandings between the two of us, you've got your top 5 action 80s movies, though. So what was your number 5?
I was scared. I was like, oh, wait a minute. Was I supposed to come up with the top 5 80s? Like, didn't I already do this?
Yeah, so we just did this.
No, cool. Go ahead.
So I had a bit of an issue with this one because I was talking to Jason offline about this one, and there are so many 80s movies out there that are absolutely phenomenal that I had a tie for number 5. And it's The Revenge of the Ninja and They Live.
Okay.
Dude, I knew you were going to come with some good ones because I can see your American kickboxer in the background, American Ninja in the background. Yeah.
I've not seen The Revenge of the Ninja, but They Live is classic. I'm here to kick ass and chew gum.
So the funny thing was, like, I was at my last job. I'm walking through the hallway one day, and like I see a little white box with Obey on the top, and it's one of the aliens. And I was like, I don't understand what's going on right now, but I'm absolutely terrified that this may be real. Up until I asked the guy who was actually in the office, like, hey, is that an actual thing? He was like, yeah, it's from They Live. And we started a friendship from there. And I was like, that's absolutely terrifying. You have to put a sign up. For anybody that knows. Like, I had a moment like, this is a new prescription. I don't understand.
Maybe I shouldn't have come to work today.
All right. So number 4 for me that I will absolutely stop everything is Flash Gordon.
Okay.
I love the winged battle fight at the end. Just the campiness of Flash riding a sky scooter. It's amazing for me. But right behind that one is Masters of the Universe. I know a lot of people hate this Masters of the Universe. I sit down and turn my brain off completely and watch Dolph Lundgren be He-Man for however long that movie is on. It is amazing for me, and I will sit down and watch it every time.
I like
Skeletor's a lot more menacing in this one. Even though he doesn't do a whole lot, he's absolutely a ton more terrifying than the rebooted cartoon where they actually melted off his face, or the 80s one where he just runs around like super swole in every shot.
Power
of Grayskull. I have never seen this movie, and for that case, I'm pulling up the trailer because I want some context.
You've never seen Masters of the Universe?
Like, we have to sit down and do this, like, on
I am shocked.
This is amazing.
Oh, man. Yeah, Jason, you are in for a treat.
And there is only one man who dares challenge him.
I'm in.
They are locked in a battle to the death.
I am 100%
that will take them across the heavens. Stop him! A battle that will finally be fought.
Wow.
I want them hunted down and brought to me. Across the face.
Please. Oh, of course they come to the real world. Hey!
Absolutely.
Save money on CG.
I love that guy.
Can you
You're
show
a
us the way?
slacker. No. Does he call He-Man a slacker at least once in this movie? Young Courtney Cox. Slacker.
I mean, look at Dolph Lundgren's hair.
Have we done this for Remake Revolution yet?
I don't think so.
What's there to remake?
Well, you'd just be remaking a He-Man movie. Like, you don't have to necessarily shit on this masterpiece.
I want a force field.
Right?
Masters of the Universe. Live.
I love that movie. I don't care what anybody says. Like, I will sit down and watch it every single time.
It's fun. It's fun. And like, people are like, well, it doesn't, it's not an attorney on the other side. I was like, yeah, well, they kind of explain their way out of it. And why not? Why not?
Yeah, like, it's the 80s and you had to kind of check your budget at certain points. So, like, it's a whole lot easier to shoot modern day than just film out in the desert for like months or years on end.
Yeah, and build everything. Ask the people building the Lord of the Rings right now how much it costs to build everything.
Exactly. I was like, I get it. It's mine. I love it.
So that was number 3, right?
That's incredible.
That was number 3.
Okay.
Yeah. Number 2. I'm gonna lean back on this one because I have the poster up also. Trouble in Little China.
Hey,
that was on my list.
They had a list, yeah.
Yeah, that was on my list.
Yeah, I went out and bought it this week just because I had never seen it.
God,
I think it's one of the streaming sites.
Never seen thing. These are amazing cult movies. We will fight if you say you haven't seen my top number 1 pick.
I will come to your house and I will beat you.
I've seen it, Rod. I've seen your number 1 pick.
Whatever it is, I've seen it.
I promise I've seen it. Let's talk about how great it is.
Don't hurt me anymore, please.
All right. So my number 1 pick came out the year I was born, and it is Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon.
Ah, that was on my list. Oh my God, I love you.
Yeah, you two are simpatico. Yeah, you guys are.
I love that movie. I fucking Shonuff the Shogun is one of my favorite villains of all time.
I have no comment on whether or not I've seen it.
Jason,
he's leaving his current location,
my friend. I have to come find you now.
It's my fault. I've been his friend for 32 years and he's never seen The Last Dragon, so that's on me.
So I have to come find both of you. I did his costume for Halloween in 2007, and whenever you do a costume contest, they always make you do like the
move
costume
or
contest.
Yeah.
I didn't tell anybody that I was going to do the Shonuff character, so when I just started screaming, "Am I the prettiest?" and like all the black people in the back were like, "Shonuff!" Everybody just looked around and were like, "Did you script this?"
No, it's just the heart. It's just the love, man. Like, you knew you just had to put it out there, and the love would carry you through. That is The Last Dragon is one of my favorite movies, just hands down. I love that movie.
He catches bullets with his teeth.
Yes. Oh man. That was so good.
So top 5 in order: Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon, Big Trouble in Little China, Masters of the Universe, Flash Gordon, and I tied for Revenge of the Ninja and They Live.
It's a good list. That is a solid list. I'm sorry you weren't here, last week to get in on all the conversations. Like there was, I
completely messed up. That was my fault. I was filming some skits with my kids, and they're coming out over the next couple months, and I think you will absolutely love them.
Cool. All right, now I see how you're gonna spend family time with your youngsters versus coming on our podcast. Sure, man. Okay, like I don't feel
the hate's real. Yeah, the hate's real.
I don't feel
spend time with family. Over
space.
If it makes you feel any better, I got beat up by a 6-year-old.
Oh, all right. It does make me feel better. Infinitely better.
What are some of your mentions?
No, that was some good picks because I don't think Masters of the Universe got mentioned last week.
It did not. I'm glad you mentioned it.
I don't think They Live got mentioned.
Neither did Revenge of the Ninja.
Yeah, I've never seen that one, so I can't. But
You've never seen somebody spit caltrops in another man's face?
No. That would be
what a weird sentence. I didn't think I'd hear that sentence.
that would definitely be a new experience for me. But at least I've seen The Last Dragon.
Revenge of the Ninja.
That's right.
See a man pull down his mask and spit caltrops into another man's face.
How long were you holding that in your mouth, bro?
Did you cough at all?
Like, I mean, that's kind of oddly specific. Like, do you do that all the time, or is that just like for this mission that you decided that was necessary? Dude's smile is horrific.
that is where you get the first instance of Naruto ninjutsu, where a guy does a fireball, jumps out of the water, cuts off one arm, and smoke no jutsus his way out of everything else.
All right.
So
I'm down. I'm down to watch this.
Revenge of the Ninja.
Jarrod, do you have any honorable mentions?
Honorable mentions out of the 80s. The Breakfast Club always comes to mind.
Yeah.
It's not really action.
They Live is on my honorable mention.
But it's not an action movie. So that was the tough part. It was trying to make sure that I stayed in the 80s, because I was born 83, so a lot more of my memory goes to like
good year
90s movies.
Good year.
And above the Law came to mind at one point, but I was like,
I Am the Law.
Steven Seagal kind of irked me at a certain point.
Seagal sucks. That dude sucks.
I like
don't know why.
I like.
Isn't he a cop now? Like, isn't he like going around busting people?
Oh, he was a cop for a while.
He was a cop, not anymore. Okay.
It's Seagal's like first 4 movies, and then I like a couple since his first 4 movies. But I've heard some horrible stories about him from one of the people we've interviewed, and I've met him. When I met him, he was absolutely nice. He didn't do anything personally to me. He shook my hand, talked to me. But all of the stories I've heard about Seagal just have tainted the way I can look at him when he's in anything. And
Under Siege, I think is watchable. But then like
Under Siege is watchable.
I mean, I guess what, like, Executive Decision, where he's in it for like 14 seconds and then gets killed. Like I'm down for that one too.
So the ones where Seagal was watchable was Marked for Death. I love that one, but I think that was more so for the Jamaican twins that he eye gouges and throws down an elevator shaft. And Broken Arrow. No, what was the one where he pretended to be an Indian? A bad Indian. Bad.
Oh.
Dangerous Ground, The Patriot.
Dangerous Ground. Yeah, that one. Those two are watchable.
I like Hard to Kill. That's the one I think where he goes in a coma.
For the whole movie?
No.
I'll watch the movie where Steven Seagal is in a coma for the whole movie.
Hard to Kill was Van Damme though, wasn't it?
No.
No, that's Hard Target. Sorry.
Yeah.
Which is a great masterpiece.
Yes.
Jason is not the biggest Jean-Claude Van Damme fan. I don't know if you talked to him for 15 minutes, but you'll find out that he absolutely hates Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I had so many honorable mentions. No Retreat, No Surrender was on my honorable mentions because I love laughing at that movie until the end. I love the end fight sequence. The Perfect Weapon with Jeff Speakman is a movie that I absolutely loved in the 80s. Did you ever watch that?
Yes, I did. That it made me fall in love with Kendo.
Okay, yeah, it has the one of the villains from Three Ninjas is in The Perfect Weapon.
I thought that's the defining feature of that.
Three Ninjas is great, Justin.
I love the Three Ninjas.
Stallone and Cobra made my honorable mentions just because that movie is so terrible.
Light up the eyes.
Terrible is whoa, wait, pause, time out.
Oh man, they're gonna fight.
Wait a minute. Terrible, like for dialogue, maybe, but for pure action, come on. You cannot
dialogue and plot. Dialogue
Terrible,
and plot, it just loses. Okay,
but it's the 80s, so you gotta throw the plot out the window.
No, it's the 80s. You can have everything. Like it doesn't. Like that's what's beautiful about the 80s. Like they did stuff like Cobra, but like they also did like really good things too. Like I have nothing that comes to mind as a great like action movie that had a great plot. But
what was the one? I can't remember. And was this in the 80s or like early 90s, but was it I Come in Peace, which was another Dolph Lundgren movie.
I've never seen it. I'm not a huge.
I've not seen that either.
I wasn't a Lundgren fan until recently.
Oh my god,
he's wonderful. He's such a smart human being. Like, doesn't he like?
Oh yeah, no, he's actually like an astrophysicist or something.
Yeah, like he's as a person, he seems great.
I can deal with Dolph
amazing. Like because he's a legit martial artist. He legit has a degree in science, and he's an ambassador for a country somewhere. I may be making that last part up, but I remember that
guy as president. Like I'm down for a Dolph Lundgren presidency.
People wouldn't fuck around with him, that's for sure.
Yeah, isn't he like 7'12" or something?
I think he's
tall.
He's
He's
6
definitely.
foot something. Yeah, he's 6 foot up there.
I mean, imagine him going into some type of conversation and like he goes like, "I must break you," and you're like, "All right, I guess you're gonna break me."
Yeah, that's it for me. You know, like well, it's been a good life up till now.
Well, I guess my country now belongs to your country, so
enjoy my oil. Goodbye.
Yeah, so whatever you need for country allies, that's.
Lundgren is 5 or 6'5", and then if Dolph Lundgren offers to break you, do you just say, "Okay, I'll let you break me"?
No,
you do whatever it takes to not have him not break you.
I would just make
then you turn around and start running.
Yeah, he killed Apollo Creed.
That's not going to help you.
Creed.
Running away from that dude will not help you. You just die tired.
Hey, you got to put up a fight. That's the one thing that I learned from watching The Mist is that I'm going to fight until the end. There is no way that I'm going to give up and let somebody shoot me.
The Mist has one of the greatest comedy endings in any movie I've ever seen in my entire life. Yes. The only better comedy ending I would say would be like The Notebook, maybe, just because like you just don't see
that
it
one
coming.
I've never seen.
But if you want to see a funny movie, watch The Notebook. It's hilarious. At the end, it's mostly shitty, and then the end kind of makes up for everything. Like most of the movies, like this stupid fucking love story and yada yada yada, but the end makes.
Yes, folks, Max is a strong romantic.
Oh no, but The Mist, that ending is so good.
I love the ending of that because I was like, "You big dummy, you what?" Like 2 seconds.
Yep.
And that's the end of the movie, crying on the side of the road as the lady from the beginning of the movie just drives by. I told you.
You should have prayed to Jesus and not murdered your kid.
Oh my goodness! No.
You brought it back, Justin.
Beautiful.
Yeah, brought it back.
I love it.
Oh, we were talking about Jesus, the sex.
Oh, full circle. Attractive Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah. What was the other topic?
Falcon and Winter Soldier review.
Ooh, yes.
Ooh, so
everybody's caught up, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, let me get this little spoiler thing up here so people know to tread lightly. This show is amazing.
Yeah, and tread at your own risk because this episode this week I thought was absolutely amazing. The emotional depth from Isaiah Bradley's character was second to none for me personally. Like I've never been as emotionally invested into Marvel characters as I was for this week, and I love everything that Marvel has put out. They have done me no wrong, but this week I was truly emotionally invested.
They did a really good job because as a white human in America, I would never think like that Falcon wearing the shield would be such a thing. But, Marvel does a really good job of showing you that, yes, that is a thing. Like, of course it's a thing because this represents something negative to a whole race of people. And I was moved. And I don't feel like they were too preachy. I feel like they hit the nail right on the head with this topic and really made you feel for what Falcon was going through. Because on one hand, it's his best friend. He wants to keep his best friend's legacy alive. But then on the other hand, but what does this legacy represent? And it's just the way they handled it was absolutely amazing.
And it's a framing I never even thought about, right? Not once. Not once my Captain America, like, watching and the movies and the TV, like, up until this point, I didn't think, oh, that might mean something different to somebody else. Like, at all. I didn't think about it once. You know what I mean? And to have that.
So the thing that I really loved was not only the dichotomy between Sam and Isaiah, but Shield, although the Shield means one thing to Isaiah, it means something completely different to Sam, and he's in the exact same position.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you get the emotional gravity of actually holding on to the Shield from the end of Endgame and him giving it up to the beginning of this series, and how the gravity of the entire situation just changes everything for him, knowing the comparisons to the Skiga experiments to Isaiah's actual life. And I felt it. It was, if anything, it's a must watch for all Marvel fans.
And Bucky, the way that they handled him, again, like, this isn't something that any of us really picked up on. I'm speaking for, like, the white audience, because I know a lot of people watching this never really thought of it, and they did a good job of making Bucky that audience. Like, I was so worried about, the legacy of my friend. I didn't even think of what this would mean for you. And at the end, you get to see them have some of that tough conversation, and Bucky, telling them, like, you do what you need to do. I get it now. And I thought that was handled so well.
Yeah, I was worried that they were gonna get just like super. It was gonna feel unearned, and you were gonna be preached at. Like, they've done a very good job up until this episode, but I was worried that it was gonna cross over that line of Black Lives Matter is important right now, so like we need to be talking about this black thing and pushing it on people, but like, everything is earned. Like, you feel the weight of the characters, and you feel the weight of their decisions, and you feel, with the bad guys, like they're, while they are doing terrible things, like, you can see where, like, when everyone got snapped away, all the countries went away, all the borders went away.
Yeah.
Like, and that's actually a good thing. And then, like, as soon as everyone comes back, they're just like, okay, we need to go back to how it was, instead of taking it the next step further, which is like, okay, you guys are all here now, we can find a place for everyone, because we've seen that there does not need to be these lines and these walls, and that's I enjoy all of it. I enjoy everything they're doing. Like, this last episode really takes it there, and gives it gives everyone the great, like, their minute to feel what they're feeling, and you get to go along for that journey. But yeah, it's this episode, best out of the series so far. I was blown away. I was like, wow, this is really, really good.
And I thought, and the culmination of the season, right? So at least to this point, they've done a really good job of humanizing the villains, right? I mean, even the evil Captain America, like, you can see where he's coming from. He's trying to do the right thing, but he just keeps doing the wrong thing, right? Or the redheaded girl who's like, I wanted to go back to what it was before, but like, I'm doing all the wrong things, and you're trying to speak to that, like, instance. Like, as a watcher, I appreciate that, right? I want to care about my villains. Like, I care about Loki, right? I think he's just a misunderstood dude, and he gets his head kicked in a lot. So
I think Marvel has done a really good job at listening to their fans, because one of the biggest complaints out of Marvel, yes, Marvel has had complaints. I mean, they've done mostly things right.
But we can talk about Iron Man 2 and 3 all day. I got complaints.
I love Iron Man. But the villains.
Where's my butter?
The villains were not well established. They were just polar opposites of the hero they were in the movie with. I mean, even Iron Man 1's villain, the Incredible Hulk's villain, they were just versions of the other guys, and they weren't fully developed. But starting with Baron Zemo in Civil War to Thanos in Endgame and Infinity War, the villains are starting to have a story where you can almost see their angles, and it continues with the show. Like I said, a lot of franchises, when they end, because it ended with Endgame, all intents and purposes, the Marvel storyline culminated, and we had an ending. And anything after could feel like it's being tacked on, like they're forcing more to continue. But one of the things I've liked with Marvel TV so far is I feel like we're getting an organic story built on what they've already done. Nothing seems forced. Like this seems like a legitimate continuation of what was set up in Winter Soldier or what was set up in any of the other movies. And I'm really appreciating that. I think this is the best episode of TV Marvel has given us so far. Because I like I said, they go places that could be preachy. It could be this, it could be that, it could feel like the times. But no, it seemed like the perfect point in what Falcon's story should be from Winter Soldier to now. Like this, it's all organic and it's fantastic. And we praise Kevin Feige a lot, and I think that Feige, with the team that he has built around him, have really made something special with this Marvel universe. And they truly are out there listening to the people that are supporting them. And when they make a bad movie like an Iron Man 2, they listen to the notes and then they push forward and give us.
And I mean, then they made Iron Man 3, so I would argue that
I like Iron Man 3. I think that Iron
You
Man 3
liked Iron Man
is
2, you just said, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But what I liked is because Marvel, I mean, Isaiah Bradley isn't a new character. They didn't make him up for the show, right? He's been with Marvel for a long time. And it's crazy we're able to bring him into the loop with this.
I want to see an Isaiah Bradley and the Howling Commandos. Like,
that'd be sweet.
I would be down for that. Just if they want to do something else, another side project.
So the only way that would feel organic for me is if they actually did the story from the comic book where he stole Captain America's uniform.
Yeah. Well,
and didn't word into battle.
Isn't that storyline too, where they said that they basically tested on that whole group of people and they told their families they died and like how dark is that? Like that would be a crazy series. It's like you have his wife trying to chase down like what actually became of her husband.
Where's my husband? Where's his body? Something.
Yeah.
What's fascinating is I like where John's story is going too. Like John's story is also super intense, and I don't know where it's going to go from where we left off with him. And I got a question for you guys because I'm not the biggest comic book person, but who is everybody on the internet was like major villain? I can't believe that they were introduced. So is Julia Louis-Dreyfus's character somebody huge?
Apparently, I'm not.
Yeah, I don't know the Captain America.
Unfortunately, I'm not as familiar with her character.
But the Power Broker is pretty powerful too. I think Power Broker is a pretty high up.
You can't have a name like Contessa, whatever the fuck, and not be an old school Marvel villain. She sounds like she's out of fucking G.I. Joe or something. But it's.
But that's the same thing they did with WandaVision when they introduced Agatha Harkness.
Right.
Like they kind of throw small things at you for true comic book fans, and like. It turns out to be this huge reveal later for the casual viewer. And I'm not as familiar with some of the more obscure Avengers villains as I am. My favorite character in Marvel is Gambit, Remy LeBeau, which I was really excited for his story, but I wasn't necessarily as excited for Channing Tatum or
whoever they got to play him in the end.
To play Gambit's story. Gambit's a thief, and if we're not doing a heist movie, it's not Gambit. Gambit is more than just card throwing Cajun. He has a lot more skills that make him kind of invaluable, and his stories are really dark. And I was thinking about this yesterday, actually, that for anybody who says that they don't like comic books, you don't like good storytelling, because there is not a comic book character that I can think of that does not have the worst life ever, period. Spider-Man's life.
Tony Stark.
Spider-Man's life is dismal.
Yeah, his girlfriends keep dying. Yeah,
his uncle died, girlfriend dies,
and he killed one of them.
Yeah, Gwen Stacy. Are you subscribing to the fact that he broke her back?
Has been dealing with alcoholism and
but like Tony Stark, I don't feel like he has the worst life. I'm just saying it to counter your argument a little bit, but no, Tony Stark. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm so rich. All I do is get drunk. No, I don't feel bad for you, bro.
Fair. I mean, fair.
Okay,
Go
fair.
to a meeting. You can afford it.
Go to a
Fair.
meeting.
Fair. But you get into some of their stories and you feel the emotional weight of what their decisions actually are. Like in the comic book Civil War, that story is so big and so expansive that they couldn't do it.
Right.
In,
the Identification
in 6
Act.
months.
Yeah.
It ended up being like a 2-year arc. And like how they addressed it in Captain America, I felt was a little underwhelming, but at the same time they didn't really have the breadth of all of Marvel to do it with.
Oh, for sure. I said the same thing when I watched Civil War. I was like, if you listened or read the actual Civil War comic book, you would be very underwhelmed with that Civil War movie.
Yes,
for sure.
They caught some of the essence of the comic book.
A little bit, but nowhere near like the breadth of what. I mean, it would take so much money. They didn't have the rights to most of the characters in the comic book at the time. Like,
They could not physically do it.
Yeah.
Like to have Spider-Man switch side. Again, spoilers. If you haven't read the comic book series at this point, you're late. It's what 5 to 7 years old.
Yeah.
That's on you.
Yeah, no, they. I really enjoyed the Iron Spider outfit that came out of that.
Yeah,
even though everyone hated it. But
it made him super OP. Yeah,
but even though they brought that into the movie, like a little bit with like his, he got the arms that come out and stuff like that. So I was like, all right, I see what y'all are doing here, but like, no, it's there's a lot going on there that they did in the comic books that they just couldn't do in the movie.
Well, just the opening scene of Civil War where the group of teenage superheroes blow themselves up in the thing that causes that whole conflict.
Yes.
So I get what Marvel did with how they attacked the cinematic universe, and for what they put out, I'm proud of because they tied everything together. As wild and crazy as the first Avengers was and the Age of Ultron, to then transition that back to make a Civil War for what the character rights that they had, I was impressed. I would be more impressed if they brought in the Netflix series also. I really want Daredevil and the Punisher to kind of have their interaction with Captain America and everybody else, but I understand that those are licensing rights that I believe that Marvel is working on.
Yeah,
and I'm really excited for the next Spider-Man. What was it called? It's No Way Home.
Right.
Where it's reported that Tobey Maguire and Charlie Cox are both supposed to be in the movie. So
Alfred Molina did confirm he's playing his Spider-Man 2 character, and
he's playing Dr. Octopus.
Yeah, he's playing the same Dr. Octopus from that franchise.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that type of stuff. That was my favorite thing as a kid for Spider-Man stuff, is all the different universe interactions. If you remember the cartoon where like the end of the series, whatever, had all the different Spider-Men showing up, and it was like a group fight, and I loved that when I was a kid. That was my favorite.
And like Spider-Verse was sick, so like if they're doing like multiverse and we get a little Spider-Verse action.
I like the Spider-Verse comic book much better. No, I love the movie, but I liked the vampire version of the Spider-Verse. Where they're going through the different universes and just killing Spider-Man, like eating their spider essence and then dropping the body off. Like it was dark.
I'm excited for the Spider-Man also because I want to see Andrew Garfield kind of get something a little bit better. I liked him as Spider-Man and Peter Parker.
I thought he did fine.
And I feel like he didn't get what he desered a little bit with.
So Spider-Man isn't 52; he's 38. Sure, whatever. Okay, like
see the reason I like Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man was because they actually let him kill Gwen Stacy on screen. Not an accident. Well, accident, yes, but like how
that's the
they
big
told
thing,
the story similar to what was in the comic books.
Yeah,
and
that's not anything Andrew Garfield did. Like he was just there. Like I'm just like not a fan of Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man because it's like blah. He's just another too old Spider-Man. Like they want to do the origin story. but they don't want to. What kills me is that they get the youngest Spider-Man they've ever gotten, and they don't do the origin story. But every other 48-year-old Spider-Man they got, they have to do the origin story with. Like it's amazing to me.
but to that point, Sony was trying to keep the rights and working with Marvel. They were like, hey, look, we've already established the story. Let's just move past the origin.
I'm glad they did.
I'm glad that we don't have to go through the fucking Spider-Man origin all over again because
just like Batman, right? We know what happened to Bruce Wayne.
Yes, like if you don't know by now, read something for 3 minutes. You're gonna find out. Like it's not that hard, but it's they can touch on it without because Spider-Man in Homecoming. Dude, he's like, I miss Uncle Ben or whatever. Like you understand that he's had some tragic thing happen. Like it's not like you can't put it together. So I'm not a fan of the Andrew Garfield just because it's very blah.
Does someone want you to leave?
It was a step in the right direction, but it was not really. It's like the Snyder cut. Andrew Garfield is the Snyder cut of Spider-Man to me.
To go back to what Jarrod was saying, actually, Marvel have the rights back.
What's up, little buddy?
They do have the rights back.
Hey,
Jessica Jones, Iron Fist.
What's up, Ben?
This is my clone.
I can see that.
This is one of my co-stars for my most recent video. He needs me to help him with a video game that I keep telling him I can't help you for a while. So
is it Dark Souls?
No, he wants me to play Sims 4 because he can't figure out something.
All right.
All right. So I love you. Bye.
So anyway,
but I would love to see the Netflix characters in
Marvel
in the movies. I think they're all good enough to be in the movies. Like they're not, except for Iron Fist.
Yeah, no,
they really screwed that up.
Hard reboot on that, but everything else.
Yeah, Marvel did get the rights back to the characters from the Netflix shows. That happened in November. So anything's possible. And I really hope that they don't recast Jessica Jones, The Punisher, and Daredevil, because I feel like the casting for those three were great.
I thought Luke Cage was good. I like Luke Cage.
He was all right.
Fine.
Yeah.
He was fine.
Yeah,
Luke Cage rushed through his villains. That was my problem with Luke Cage. They rushed through.
I agree. That first villain was the best. Yeah, the first villain was
everybody.
The best.
They rushed through way too many villains.
Like you're gonna kill Mahershala Ali? Like that's what you're gonna do?
He was great.
You're gonna kill that guy? Like what is wrong with you?
Wonderful in that show.
Yeah.
No, that's terrible. Like that was
I just like New
writing.
Orleans too. I love things. I love the stage that New Orleans sets. I enjoy that town in terms of being a movie set or a TV show set.
Yeah. But no, Luke Cage. I don't know. Like maybe. Maybe if they give him another crack at it, like with these writers who are writing like Falcon and Winter Soldier, I can see or something. I don't know, but I was just like, he's just another black guy. Like to me, like I didn't get that.
Well, wasn't that the point of his character though, to be like the voice for the streets type of thing? Wasn't that like
yeah. Like, but I mean, like it's just it's what it didn't grab me. Like in the way that the Falcon and Winter Soldier is grabbing me. Luke Cage did not grab me. Like the thing I like most about the Luke Cage was the soundtrack. Like once the good villain dies, I'm kind of checked out. Like it's.
Yeah. But I think that just plays to my original point is that if they had stuck with Mahershala Ali's character through the entire
whole
first
thing,
season,
I agree.
It would have been a completely different series. Like that,
he was a great
that
villain.
decision to kill off his character ruined the rest of the season for me.
Yeah.
And then when they came back for season 2, I don't even remember what happened in season 2, but I remember at the end
it was the Jamaican guy.
Oh yeah,
you're right. You're right. Yeah.
and I was like, I'm not interested anymore. You've killed way too many of your main villains, and it's no longer exciting. Like. I think what Marvel did when they invested their time in Killmonger was that they realized that it's not always about the hero, it's about the villain that they're facing that makes their hero so much better.
Yeah.
Like the Purple Man in Jessica Jones was creepy and sinister and whatever, but once they broke his neck, season 2 didn't really have anywhere to go.
Yep.
I'm
never an advocate for kill the villain. I 100 because if you know how comic books works, you can't kill the villain. Like they got to go to jail and break out, or something like
got to head over to Arkham.
Yeah, it's not like we're gonna play like 15 different resurrections. Like someone's just gonna raise all the good villains back from the dead. It's just like,
well, it's the problem of being in movies and in real life, right? We have actors that age and things like that, right? That's the worst part. Yeah, Kingpin. Yeah, he was.
This scenario terrified me as the Kingpin.
Yeah.
Dude. The Daredevil.
I was so frightened when he smashed that man's head with the car door.
God, that was so brutal.
Clutching my pearls.
Clutching my pearls.
I was like, oh my God, that's the Kingpin.
Yes.
He needs to be in Spider-Man 4. I really hope he shows up in the Marvel.
I just want Tombstone with that giant head.
So real quick, going back to Falcon and Winter Soldier, I like the hints of Doctor Doom, and I like the hints of where Wolverine is from that they're starting to sprinkle. Like, we got a little bit of X-Men in the cheeky casting they did with Quicksilver, but you can see now that they're starting to lay the groundwork for some of these other characters.
I missed the Doctor Doom. How's that?
I think they went somewhere that's from, or they mentioned a place.
They mentioned Latveria somewhere.
That's the place Doctor Doom is from, right? His country.
They mentioned it in episode 4, though. It wasn't in this episode.
Oh, okay. I missed it.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch the end credit scene?
No, I missed that. Was it good?
I did. I saw it.
I did. But
you can spoil it. Tell me about it.
It's just U.S. agent crafting his own shield.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I was a little confused by why he took the metal, because the metal did not look like it was going to be at the center of the shield, though.
The metal's pinned up top or something. But it's because I think he's gonna have a big star in the middle, but he has his own personal medal on there. But no, it was just it was a fun little thing. You're not really missing anything story wise. He's if he has a shield next episode, then you know.
I went from not liking that character to being kind of invested in that character to the point where I want to see where he goes.
Yeah, I think he's a good villain.
Yeah.
When did he take the serum? When did I forget? Because I know the serum outside of I was gonna say because that's where the serum makes you go. It can break you, right? Because it's not a perfect serum. That's what happened to Isaiah Bradley.
No.
This one is a perfect serum.
Yeah. This is what all the terrorist guys took. It's the same serum that the terrorists.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay, because the comic book, I know that the serum, the later ones were given were would break you mentally or something else like that. Would do stuff to you.
Yeah, it's always a crapshoot on what's going to happen.
What's going to break? Yeah.
So I was reading an article earlier today where they talked about the different serums that made the super soldier. So there's the Captain America super soldier serum, which was perfected, but the doctor died.
Yeah.
Isaiah Bradley's was kind of a crapshoot where he was the only one who survived. Did
it break him mentally? Didn't it? It broke him mentally, didn't it? Didn't it?
No, it broke a lot of people in his squad, but it didn't break him. He was the only one to survive, and that's why they locked him up, because they wanted to figure out why it worked on him but nobody else.
Sure.
There was the Incredible Hulk's super soldier serum. There was somebody else's that was imperfect that caused some issues. And then there's the current super soldier serum, which made U.S. agent.
Oh, and there was the serum that the Russians used to make Winter Soldier.
Yes, and that one. So you've got all these variants of the super soldier serum that make interesting characters as you grow and go along, that all have different abilities, so to speak. So I'm curious as to what the U.S. agent's serum is going to do differently than Bucky's or anybody else.
Yep. He's going to grow an arm out of his forehead in the next episode.
Call him the human rhino.
Well, that could be a way to bring the Rhino actually into the series because
he just turns into the Rhino.
Oh my goodness!
But you brought up an interesting point about the shield at the end. I am 100% curious how he believes that steel forged in a backyard
garage
is going to stand up to
Vibranium.
Captain America's shield.
Well, I mean, but like, also, it's like if he's just using it to block some bullets for 14 seconds and then throw into somebody, like, that's fine. Yeah, I'm sure that it can handle that. But yeah, if it starts bouncing around like the vibranium shield, I'll be a little disappointed in the writing.
Like dent while it's coming back.
Yeah. Like if it gets fucked up,
a weird hubcap.
But yeah, no, there's no way. There's no way that it could do the same
but
thing.
But they're going to make it stand up to the shield.
No, it's gotta break. Like it's gotta break. You can't have vibranium is established as the metal.
Strongest material in the world.
Yeah, they haven't done adamantium yet because they didn't have the rights to that, I don't think. But yeah, if it's not adamant, like if he was making his out of adamantium and it was like, okay, I think we can make this work. There's this new stuff called adamantium. That would be kind of, it's like, okay, we'll see how that stacks. But no, there's no way. Yeah,
there's probably a really fun action shot of the shields like meeting in midair and the captain one slicing through.
Right.
I think that's gonna happen.
That would be amazing. But I know how this show is going to go. I firmly believe that there's going to be a director that's going to make. Well, they're absolutely even because he had the metallurgy skills. Like when he was over in Afghanistan, protecting people from mortar fire.
No,
he's a dwarf working with an old dead star.
Yeah. There were sloppy fucking welds anyway. No, I'm not buying that.
But I
saw that.
My theory is his shield is going to break. Maybe at the end of the episode, maybe down the line in a post-credit scene, somebody's going to come up to him and say, a bad guy. Obviously, he's going to say, "I've discovered a new metal called adamantium. I want to help you build your shield." And then that'll be our post-credit scene or whatever.
Yeah, no, because like the shield, I don't think he's going to expect it, and it would just be the shittiest of writing if it does, if it holds up like that. But I mean, if he's just using it as a hunk of metal to block things and then throw at somebody, I'm down.
I can see that.
He just has like 25 stack shield in the back of his pickup truck.
Right,
Throw
because
me another one, Junior.
Yeah, you could make 25 of those and it would be fine. But he just throws it, it lodges into a tree and snaps in half. That's what would happen.
Yep.
But all
right, everybody. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. You guys can check out Jarrod and I on the BTB Video Crew podcast every Wednesdays at 8 o'clock. You can check Justin and I out doing interviews on Mondays and Saturdays at 5 p.m. And you could check Max and I out. I'm hoping that we can get back to our Podcastalypse Now podcast very, very soon because I've got a lot of thoughts about everything going on in the world. And you can catch us out every Sunday right here on the Three Geeks podcast. If you prefer audio, you can jump on any of the audio places everywhere. We're now on Pandora. Download the link and tune in. Check us out. And we appreciate all the support we've had over the last month and a half. Thank you. And
3geeks.ninja.
Yes, 3geeks.ninja. I'm going to redesign the website to really put a focus on the podcast and less on the reviews. So be on the lookout for that. And yeah, from all of us at the Three Geeks podcast, have a great day.
Recycle your droids. And we were just kidding, y'all. Dan's not fired. He's coming back next week.
No, he's fine.
Oh yeah, you guys can check out John Orlando at pbdcast.com. Also on the Scene Snobs this evening at 7 p.m. as well as the Fandom Effect on at 8 o'clock. Everybody have a great day.
Take